Okay, we're fixing to start a group of items under these. But the first thing is that bench seat that we have here in the picture, which jackknifes out into half of the bed back here. We're going to fix it where it will be easier to remove. As it's set up now, we have to remove the wood screws, 6 wood screws holding the assembly down. And it's the way you get the access to the house battery, which is not a good arrangement. I'm going to put some metal strips in there with little bolts sticking up that we can set it on and put wing nuts on it, so hopefully I don't have to remove that bottom cushion, which is what I'm going to have to do now. I will try and show where those are, but that's the procedure, and it's not, like I said, it's not the best in the world, but you got to do what you got to do. Hopefully when I'm done, it will be just be able to take 6 wing nuts off and some washers and just lift the whole seat up without having to take that cushion off. And then I can get at the house battery for maintenance purposes, which needs to be done. In that process, I'm also going to hook up an extreme battery charger. It's going to look a little hillbilly because I'm going to run the cord out and have it setting on the floor. But that's fine. Need to be able to monitor and see. If we need to put it away, it will fit underneath the seat, because it will lift up enough to allow us to put it in so that it's out of the way. But with it being down the bed all the time, we'll be on the floor down there, and when we're on shore power or whatever, it will be desulfating that house battery, keeping it where it'll take a good charge. Anyway, next time to break this at this moment and see if I can move some things here, like these 2 buckets that we see here. Those are going to be additional storage, but they also help support the middle of that bed, because I just did not like the way it stretched across. And a 5-gallon bucket with the what do they call those? I can't think of them now. But anyway, what is that? Anyway, with the screw-on leads, I can't think of what the name is right now. I'm drawing a blank. But I have on each one of those. You know, one of them is going to be for holding our freshwater stuff. The other will be unknown at this point in time. But this way it serves a dual purpose. We gain some storage, which is it's just at a premium, and we get some support to the bed, and we leave it made up as a bed about 99.9% of the time, so doesn't really make a lot of difference. Anyway, I think it's time to move some stuff and get on with life here. You see those 2 nuts there? Those have to come off on this side and on the other end. And that allows us the bottom cushion to just lift off of the framework. Fixing to remove those, then we'll jump back in again. You see the screw back there? That one there. There's one there. And there's one there. That's duplicated on the other end. Those screw into that wood block you see there, that 2x2 you see there. That's not a good way for going in and out, because eventually you're going to wear that out and have issues. So what I'm going to do is replace here. Right now I'm going to mark so I know where everything is, so I can match it up to do what I'm fixing to do. And we'll pick it back up here in a bit. See, right here's the battery box right there. Vented outside, which is what led me to find it in the first place, after I looked around and poked around and was having issues finding things. I wanted to get down here and show you something else. Okay, and this is behind the battery box. There's a relay there. And then on the other side of it is another relay. Or it's a circuit breaker, I should say. Let me see, down here on the side of that, on the side, there is a pop on it. I wasn't getting juice back to the house battery. When I finally got to poking around, I found that it was that circuit breaker. And everything I was finding to match up with the number for replacement was an auto reset, which is okay, but when I was getting ready to change it out, I noticed something was sticking out on this side over here. And I pushed it in, and lo and behold, we got voltage to the battery from the alternator. Just wanted to point it out. Don't know if it'd be the same in anybody else's, but that's what I had here, for whatever it is worth. Now we're going to get to digging and poking around here, and I'm going to get to do what I want to do here, because you can see what I was talking about on these wood pieces. You got that one there, you got a hole there, and a hole there. In and out, in and out. It is not going to hold up. I have some iron and what I'm going to do. You'll see when I get it done. I think that's it for now. We're back at it here. It's been a little over a week since I've done anything. Springtime, trying to get ready. That's it. Gonna be a little hillbilly. That's the extreme charger, plugged in, working with the battery to 100% and in the desulfation mode and float. Keeps the battery fully charged. You can leave it run for a long time without worrying about cooking it dry, because it does use intelligent circuitry. Now, back to what we were doing. You should be able to see my marks. What I'm going to do is that each one of those marks is going to have one of these. I found the metal strap in the electric department at Home Depot, and I've cut them to make, and I used JB Weld to theoretically to hold and freeze the nut and the screw so that it shouldn't come loose and spin on me. Our idea here is to have these sticking up so that I can set the seat right down on them with a washer on top of this, and then with a washer and a wing nut, which will make it far more sanitary pulling the seat in and out to gain access to the battery box. Because that's the only way you can get at it, is by removing the seat. This way we will not be damaging our 2x2 anymore. It will just be there. This should work. Time will tell, but move on here and we will. But here it is with them in place. And see what we did with it. Ouch. And there's this side. Well, it's a quick shot with the wing nuts on them. I believe you can see them there. We're fixing to find out when we put the seat on. Well, there we are, folded back down. I'm trying to get down there to get an image across the top, and there is not much difference, even though we did raise it up. So I am satisfied.